What if you had a cargo bike that wasn't electric? That's right, this is not an e-bike. It is just a souped up mountain bike and a pet trailer. So today on the What If Brigade, I want to talk about the bike setup that I've been using for a little more than a year. And I take this to work. I take the bike to work 5 days a week, and then on Saturday I use the pet trailer to go grocery shopping. I don't take the pet trailer with me every day to work. I'll get into that, but yeah, it works. And now I got this from Decathlon in France. A lot of this and a lot of that stuff I got. I ordered off the internet from Amazon France. So some of these things may not be available in your area, but I still think that there's a lot of general concept around this type of bike that I can share the advantages and the disadvantages. So this is a little bit of a review of the biking system that I've been using for a year. And essentially, I started with a mountain bike, and I ordered essentially almost every available accessory. I got front and rear racks. The front racks came with these straps. I got a water bottle holder. I got lights. I got the kickstand. I got nice fluorescent yellow saddlebags. I got a gel comfort seat because I'm riding a lot. And eventually the handlebar height wasn't quite right, so I got a extension for the stem, so that would go up a little bit. And one of the reasons why I got this setup is because I was looking for e-bikes, but there wasn't any that I wanted available. They were either out of stock or certain models, I guess, didn't exist yet. This was a little more than a year ago. Welcome to the 2020s, I guess. So, but one of the advantages of this bike is that it was available. The best ability is availability in the 2020s, and it was cheap. I believe even with all of the accessory stuff that I ordered. Oh, I forgot to mention the mud flaps. That's important for a lot of riding. All the accessories that I ordered, I think it came to about $440, and then I ordered a bunch more stuff off of Amazon. Of course, I got these crates. They actually collapse, fold flat, so I can just fold them entirely flat if I want to, and then they come right up. And then probably most importantly, for grocery shopping, I got the pet trailer, and this was just a cheap $100 pet trailer. It's got a bunch of grocery bags inside and a cooler bag, but I got this as a proof of concept. I wasn't sure if I wanted it, so I just got a cheap $100 trailer. It's rated for a 25-kilogram dog. I have taken the dog to a vet specialist in this, and I have taken the dog hiking. I bike to a park and I take the dog hiking in this, but for the most part, this hauls groceries for a family of four and a dog. And I'm basically exceeding the trailer's weight capacity, but it hasn't broken yet. And again, I wasn't sure that I was going to want to do the trailer thing. I just kind of got this to try it out, and I've been using it and abusing it for an entire year, and it's worked just fine. So, all in, this was probably, $640, $740 with all the accessories. Some accessories are not seen here. I had a nice little cell phone holder right here. And it actually had room underneath for a couple pairs of sunglasses. I could put a battery power bank underneath there so I could charge my cell phone while I was biking. And I had an extra set of extra bright lights on here. Those are on a different bike now. Perhaps that'll be a future video. But I was biking to work at 5 in the morning along a rail-to-trail system that did not have lights. And so I got a spare, much brighter system of lights. It was USB rechargeable. I got a headlamp, made sure that I had all those things so that if my lights went out on that trail, I would not be biking a trail in pitch darkness. So that was important. But yeah, so it was cheap. It was available. It works. That's really the key. And now I want to take the time to talk about some disadvantages. And the first disadvantage that I want to talk about is the brakes. And I got caliper brakes, and I have been using caliper brakes nearly my entire life. I did briefly have a extra large beach bike with fat tires that had just the pedal reverse brakes, but for the most part, I've been a caliper brakes guy, and I thought these would be fine for my use case. And I really don't like them. When I'm hauling a trailer full of groceries in the rain down a hill, they stop the bike, but they do not feel safe. My son has a bike with disc brakes on it. I like that better. I liked that beach bike that had the pedal reverse brakes when I was pulling kids in a trailer. And so those systems just seem to work better than caliper brakes. So I know that bikes with disc brakes or other brake systems are more expensive. But if you are going to be using a bike as a daily commuter and you are going to be hauling a lot of cargo on it, I would recommend springing for better brakes. And then the second thing that I want to talk about is tires. This is the original tire that came with the bike, the front tire, and the rear tire has been replaced 3 times. And essentially, I believe that this is because while you can use a mountain bike tire as a cargo bike tire, it is just barely good enough. So if you're riding every day, you're riding 6 days a week, you are putting too much weight, too much pressure on that rear tire, and it wears down to nothing. And if you look at cargo bikes and e-bikes today, heavier bikes, they almost all have fatter tires. And I actually looked for fatter tires here in France, but again, it was the 2020s. There was a ton of stuff that was out of stock. There's not a whole lot of fat tire bikes for sale around here anyway. Amazon France does not have nearly the selection of Amazon US, so I thought that this mountain bike tire would work fine. And again, it hasn't worked nearly as well as I would have liked. I had to replace a lot of tires. This wasn't a big deal. I got the bike at Decathlon. They have a bike shop right in the store. I could just go shopping, and they would swap a tire out for me for cheap. No big deal. But all of the installation and maintenance kind of things have been wonderful. It's just that, every 3 months or so, I have to go to the bike shop and get my tire replaced because it's worn down to almost nothing. So that has kind of been a little bit of trouble for me too. The other thing that I really want to talk about is that, obviously I set this. This was not designed as a cargo bike. It was designed as a mountain bike, and I just set it up as a cargo bike. And it works, but only just. And so this really depends on your situation, what you need to bring to work. But for my work, I have to wear a work uniform. So I have work pants, work shirt, work sweatshirt, work jacket, work rain gear, waterproof steel-toed boots. I also have a lighter weight pair of steel-toed boots that is breathable and not waterproof. And it is against company policy for me to wear those clothing while biking to work. I'm supposed to put it on at my job. And that's a lot of stuff to haul on this bike. Again, a couple of times I have used the trailer to haul the work boots, but there's not really a place for a trailer to be securely stored at my job. I can securely store a bike, but I can't securely store a bike and a trailer. It's too big. It doesn't fit down the hallways, that kind of thing. And so for the most part, I'm piling I put a garbage bag full of clothes up front. I've got my work backpack and water bottles in the back. I have some bike equipment in the other pannier. I might wear a backpack, that kind of thing. And again, it all works, but it's not it's not ideal. And so if you are hauling a lot of stuff, like if you've got groceries for a family of 4 or something like that, or a lot of equipment, it's going to go better with a trailer. Can you put all your things on this bike? Sort of. I've actually, before I had the trailer, I actually got groceries with this bike, and I essentially just went 2 or 3 times a week instead of once a week. That's kind of how I worked it out. But hindsight being 2020, my big takeaways would be fat tires, good brakes, good disc brakes, and also making sure that the bike is going to meet your cargo needs. Actually, when I first got this bike, I had a different job. I had a different use case in mind, and it just I just kept using it for the new job because, I had just started. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep that job, and I looked for other bikes, but it was doing okay. It worked a lot better in the summer where I didn't have to have jackets and sweatshirts and all those kinds of things. But yeah, so this has been my review of my cargo bike system. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below.